3 months and no suspects. Now family and friends of people killed at a house party in Omaha make an appeal to bring their killer or killers to justice.
But first, meteorologist Jim Flowers joins us with our Thursday night forecast. Jim?
Jen, it's fairly mild. Temperatures remain in the middle and upper 60s, depending upon the location. Not much showing up on Viper HD. That is forecast to change, though, late tonight, and especially as we head toward the morning drive tomorrow. Showers, maybe even a couple of thunder showers rolling in. They could last into early on Saturday before things improve on Sunday. More on that weekend forecast is coming up.
Business is booming in Nebraska's fastest growing city.
Now those charged with protecting Gretna are dealing with growing pains. Reporter Rebecca Ray is live with a look at how they're managing. Becky.
Well, in 2010, the Gretna Volunteer Fire Department responded to 550 calls that year. That averaged to about 46 a month. Then in 2014, they responded to 829 calls, averaging about 69 a month. Already this year, the department is responding to 75 calls per month. It's obvious growth that isn't slowing. It's Nebraska's fastest growing city. According to the U.S. Census, Gretna's population doubled in a decade, and development isn't slowing down.
26 years ago, we were answering a little over 200 calls a year. This year, we'll probably be close to 1,000 calls a year.
A lot changes in 30 years, and volunteer Gretna Fire Chief Rod Beathy has responded to most of it. During the recession, families continued to move to Gretna. Most recently, Nebraska Crossing boosted the town's economy and daily population. But one thing hasn't changed. The town's firefighters are not paid.
There's no plans right now to put a career department in here.
Gretna's fire district covers 71 square miles. Within this area, nearly 15,000 people all rely on 60 men and women with day jobs to respond to emergencies at a moment's notice.
Generally respond from home. There's people at one of the stations occasionally when calls go off, but generally it's a response from their homes or their businesses and come in here to answer calls.
Gretna added a second station 5 years ago, positioned near the latest developments. Volunteers have emergency lights on their personal vehicles, and Beathy says it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes for those responders to get to the station before heading out on a call. But that delay isn't enough for the volunteers to see a paycheck.
We continue to monitor to make sure that we have appropriate response times and we have appropriate personnel to answer those calls. When we start seeing a trend change in that, then we'll start looking at the options.
And those options include adding a third station and more volunteers, but even that third station isn't needed for a few years. Now, within the last year, 25 additional volunteer firefighters have joined the force, and they will bring on even more volunteers in the fall. Reporting live in Gretna, Rebecca at KMTV, Action 3 News.
Gretna volunteer fire leaders say they could see the city turning to paid firefighters in the next 10 to 20 years. 2 other metro cities just made that change. The Bellevue Fire Department welcomed its first class of full-time firefighters in December. It marked the end of a transition that started in 2010. And last April, the La Vista Volunteer Fire Department became history as the city merged its fire services with the Papillion Fire Department. The city made the decision after the volunteer department struggled to keep up with the growing call volume.
The last thing she said to me was, "I love you and I'll see you tomorrow." And tomorrow never came.
A family's bittersweet memory lives on 3 months later as the search for a killer continues. Someone gunned down 8 people at that house party near 34th and Parker. 3 did not survive.
Dozens of people witnessed the crime, including friends. Now the victims' relatives want them to prove their friendship by helping police find the killers. Reporter Emily Zink is live with the latest. Emily.
Well, Craig, Jen, family members of the victims tell me their loved ones were just trying to have a good time at a party. Then the bullets started flying and chaos erupted.
Last thing she said to me was, "I love you and I'll see you tomorrow." And tomorrow never came.
On January 24th, gun violence took Deshaun Young's sister and the mother of his nephew, 19-year-old Jaquila Foster.
It's actually, honestly, it's my worst nightmare really come true. I remember that day very vividly.
Police say someone opened fire at a house party near 34th and Parker, killing 3 people and wounding 5 others.
And I tell you, you do not want to go through this. It is the worst pain of my life.
Clarice Jackson's 24-year-old daughter, Leticia Fox, along with 26-year-old Cameron Harris, were also gunned down at the party. Police say there were more than 50 witnesses, but 3 months later, no arrests have been made.
They can do this to somebody else. If they did it to my child, if they did it to the other victims, they have no mercy.
Now the families of the victims are pleading with the community.
For you to just sit there knowing that you know something and knowing that each and every day we have to sit here and deal with it while you go on with your life, it's not right.
Both families say they'll never get closure, but they will get peace when justice is finally served.
And I don't want her to be just a number on a homicide list. I want her to be known for who she was, and I want her life to mean something, and I want people to understand that her life mattered and find the people who did this.
Police say they have no updates in this case. They are asking the public for their help. You will stay anonymous by calling Omaha Crime Stoppers at 444-STOP. They're even offering a $25,000 reward for an arrest of a suspect in this case. Reporting live outside the Northeast Precinct, Emily Zink, KMTV Action 3 News.
Neighborhood leaders believe the January killings show the importance of efforts to revitalize the area. A group called Compassion in Action is working with churches, schools, and businesses looking for ways to improve the Prospect Village neighborhood. Those efforts include home improvements and using vacant lots as sites for community gardens.
After that incident with the shooting, the importance of a neighborhood association became a stark reality to the community. Like, we need to know what's going on with each other in our community. And so I think that stirred it even more.
Governor Pete Ricketts has recognized Prospect Village organizations for their work to improve the area.
A Gretna teen was cited today. Investigators say he caused the Easter Sunday crash in northwest Douglas County that killed 4 people. KMTV Action 3 News senior reporter Jake Wazakowski spoke to the family of one of the victims. Jake?
Jen, the family of Jason Miller says that they hope the teen realizes how much has been lost. The quadruple fatal crash happened on Easter Sunday. 17-year-old Jacob Olson is cited on 4 counts of motor vehicle homicide and will be charged in juvenile court. Olson was driving north on 252nd Street when he allegedly blew a stop sign onto Highway 36 near Valley. Authorities say Olson hit Miller's SUV while he was driving with his girlfriend Amber Wood. That caused Miller's Tahoe to collide head-on with a Buick traveling west that was driven by John and Doreen Prussia of Howells. Miller, Wood, and the Prussias died from the crash. Olson and a passenger survived. Miller's family says he was an avid hunter who owned a lawn care business in Valley for 25 years.
When you get behind the wheel of a car, I don't think you should be 16 to 85. You know the law. He broke the law, and I think he should be held accountable. This slap on the wrist, 2 years probation, that just don't cut it with me and my family. I don't think it's right.
All 6 people involved were not wearing seat belts, but Jim says Jason and Amber died on impact. Olson doesn't have any other violations in Nebraska, and based on 2 recent juvenile misdemeanor motor vehicle homicide cases, it's reasonable to think that if Olson admits to causing the crash in juvenile court, he would get probation. Reporting live, Jake Wazakowski, KMTV Action 3 News.
Also from the courts today, more than $200,000. That's the bail a judge set for the man accused of knocking down 2 Omaha police officers as they tried to investigate a stolen car. Today, we're learning new details about Tanner Marco, this guy right here, after his day in court. Reporter Josh Egbert is live with the latest tonight. Josh.
Because they deserved it. That's what Tanner Marco told paramedics after he tried to run over 2 Omaha police officers who were trying to arrest him Wednesday night. A judge set Marco's bond at $200,000 after police say he pinned 2 officers between cars while trying to get away at 120th and Blondo. Police say officers were trying to talk with Marco about the stolen vehicle he was driving, but he refused to get out of that car. He then threw it in reverse, pinning those officers between his car and a truck before another officer could reach in and put it into park. Omaha police say they are trained to handle situations just like this.
They're aware that things may go smoothly, and they're aware that some people may resist and may not want to be arrested, and they may go through to any measure to avoid capture.
Prosecutors say Markle told officers during the altercation that he was going to kill them and kill lots of people that night. He now faces charges of terroristic threats and 2 counts of assault on an officer. Now, those 2 officers were taken to Nebraska Medicine with minor injuries. They have since been treated and released. Markle was also taken to the hospital where he was treated and released and then brought here to the Douglas County Jail. He will be back in court in May. We're live tonight outside the Douglas County Jail. Josh Egbert, KMTV Action 3 News.
All right, good to hear the officers are okay after all the chaos last night at 10. Tonight on KMTV Action 3 News live at 10, my story on the drone revolution in Nebraska. There is a growing curiosity, even fascination, with the battery-powered remote-controlled devices. Recently, I uncovered a lab right here in Nebraska in a place that's familiar to all of us, where they are studying ways to make the technology take off.
What are the bounds that we can push and cannot push or should push? But I think, the future seems extremely exciting with all the things that we're building and the things that we'll be able to create.
So where is this lab hidden? Who's getting their hands on drones? And what are they used for? Drones on the rise, tonight at 10.
Today we saw blue skies, the sun shining, a lot of people liking this kind of weather.
Yeah, you know what, Jim, just a gorgeous late April day in Omaha.
Couldn't ask for a better day. We've seen some clouds rolling in. That's a sign of the change coming late tonight. So if you have the opportunity, get out and enjoy this evening. Let's take a look at Threat Tracker going into the weekend. The chance of showers really picks up late tonight, especially as we head toward the morning drive. We're already seeing at least some mid-level clouds rolling in from the west. The shower chances will last into early Saturday morning. The question now is how soon they will persist during the day on Saturday, but then Sunday looks pretty decent. Threat Tracker is back into the low category. Outdoors, 65 degrees out at Epley. Winds currently out of the southeast at 17 miles an hour. Mid-60s across the city right now. 65 in Bellevue and Papillion. A little bit cooler in Millard, also in Elkhorn. In Iowa, lower and mid-60s down to our south. 65 in Nebraska City as well. Falls City at 65. Not much range in temperatures today. Everyone has been in the mid and upper 60s with that gusty at times southeasterly wind. If we take a look at Viper HD, it's trying to hint a couple of sprinkles here in Saunders County. Nothing of any consequence there reaching the ground. Meanwhile, out to the west of us, there are some showers, thunder showers brewing over portions of Colorado and southeastern Wyoming. And satellite photography indicates the clouds are beginning to thicken as well in areas right along the interstate here, back out through at least the central part of the state. That's an indication of lift increasing in the atmosphere, and you can see some of the brighter cloud tops, some thunder showers developing in Wyoming and extending from there back into Colorado. Tomorrow morning, we will likely begin the day with some showers around the area. Forecast at 6 a.m. Temperatures in the middle and upper 40 showers, maybe even a thunder shower tomorrow morning. They could persist at least into the lunch hour. Those gusty southeast winds will likely raise temperatures into the lower 60s, but as we head toward 4 o'clock, they will tend to move into portions of Iowa. Temperatures should rise into the mid, maybe even a few upper 60s in areas back off to our south. Now, as far as our chances for severe weather, there's at least a slight risk from Nebraska City down toward Falls City. We have a marginal risk as some of these could produce a little bit of hail. Forecast then for tonight, showers late tonight. That pushes Threat Tracker into the moderate category. For tomorrow, showers in the morning, could see a break in the afternoon, and then more showers probably around this time tomorrow night. The high 65 over the next 3 days. Cooler on Saturday. That 70% is before lunchtime. 56 for the high, 63 on Sunday. So a pretty nice recovery as far as the weekend goes. And then into next week, temperatures jump back into the upper 60s, possibly even mid-70s again as we head toward Thursday. Craig, Jen?
All right, very good, Jim. There is a rising concern over so-called fake pot.
Synthetic marijuana made dozens of Nebraskans sick in just 10 days. The latest change in K2 you need to know about next.
This ET preview is brought to you by Hy-Vee. Judge Judy and the Melissa Rivers Conversation.
I do have to thank you for something that you did when my mother was ill.
Next, ET.
Tonight at 6:30 on KMTV-3.
Zero Do It signing. 2015 GMC Terrain, $229 a month at Roden.
Horseman's Park, a trifecta of fun. Big horses, big races, big winnings. Watch, wager, win. Kentucky Derby with hat contest May 2nd. Live racing May 8th, 9th, and 10th. Beer garden, bands, trip giveaways. Kentucky Derby May 2nd. Live racing May 8th, 9th, and 10th at Horseman's Park. Omaha's best bet.
Hurry, free installation from Renewal by Anderson ends this month.
We promise a better product, hassle-free experience, and the ultimate value. We make it simple and easy from start to finish.
Now's your last chance to call and set an appointment to receive free installation and pay nothing for 1 year. With savings like this, you can afford the best.
Don't wait. Free installation absolutely ends this month. Call today.
Renewal by Anderson. We love our new windows.
Spring into some spectacular savings and financing at Nebraska Furniture Mart. Low prices are popping up store-wide. This glider with ottoman is just $149. Save $50. This 40-inch HD TV with Roku streaming is just $299. Shop with spectacular 24-month financing on qualifying purchases. It's the season to refresh and renew your home with spectacular style, selection, savings, and financing. Saturday, get crafty today for a better tomorrow with our Family Earth Day craft event at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Sometimes we get busy, caught up in our lists of things to do. And sometimes life has a way of reminding us what really matters. Pinnacle Bank captured the remarkable stories of all the places we call home. See them at whycommunitymatters.com.
Wake up in your first home. Wake up in a home you've made a bit bigger. Wake up in a home with a new address. Wake up in a home that doesn't even have an address. As your life evolves, your dream home evolves too, and protecting it takes committed support. At American Family Insurance, we support your dreams.
Thanks for making the switch to KMTV Action 3 News. When cold weather strikes, you can trust controlled comfort to keep the air inside your home under control.
Controlled comfort keeps it under control.
It is a problem we've been reporting on for at least 5 years.
Now police are again raising real concerns about synthetic marijuana. Lincoln police report 20 K2-related emergencies in just 10 days, including 8 on Tuesday. None have resulted in death, but police say people aren't getting the message about the danger created by producers who keep trying new chemicals to stay ahead of the law.
We believe that's changed enough here lately that it is causing some medical emergencies. It's making people very sick.
Several area families are fighting to spread the word about the dangers of K2. In November 2013, we caught up with Steve Tucker 1 month after his 18-year-old son Billy died from taking a brand of K2 called Scooby Snacks. Since then, he's worked to change state law and encourage parents to talk to their teens.
If you don't talk and you have the results that my son has, there is no baseline.
Steve Tucker's testimony led to an expansion of Nebraska's synthetic drug law last year. This year, lawmakers are considering a bill expanding it even further.
And last May, we told you about a Bellevue family's effort to stop synthetic drugs. That's the goal of Tyler Smith's relatives. He was under the influence of synthetic marijuana when he committed suicide in 2012. To help other families avoid similar tragedies, they created the Purple Project. Last September, the city officially honored their effort. The fight against synthetic drugs is never ending. Last September, we reported on a new synthetic drug showing up in the Omaha area. It's called N-Bomb or Smile and mimics the effects of LSD. It is strong, more affordable, and far more dangerous.
It is springtime and the time of year when a lot of people have outdoor plans,
Right.
events on the weekends, and there's going to be some rain that we're dealing with again.
Yeah, Sunday is the better of the 2 days.
Okay.
So if you can kind of change your plans a little bit, maybe turn
Sunday.
things around, Sunday is the day we're looking for. Here's the reason why. Let's show you the forecast, folks. Some morning showers on Saturday. It appears they should be done by about noon, but the clouds will hold us about 56. Sunshine back in the picture Sunday and 63, guys.
All right, we'll enjoy it. Husker fans, the Big Red will be a prime-time attraction this fall.
Why fans will want to take a coat or two when the Huskers face a major Big Ten rival under the lights in Lincoln next.